It is time to leak another December pack leak. This one card has an animation. It's coming out this week, and we're going to be doing an unban and all the December pack stuff that's coming out this week on Friday. $1,000 tournament qualifier, everything unveiled. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Boom. What is this? What I'm leaking to you turns off pendulums. Huh? You can't set the pendulums, huh? Okay. What I'm leaking to you turns off quick play spells. You can't use quick play spells? What? The card I'm leaking to you turns off imperm. You can't use evenly. You can't use the butler or the Ku Klux to set a trap the turn you activate, because the card I'm leaking to you with an animation is Diabellze. The original Sin Keeper is coming with an animation. Let's get to it. How is it doing all that in one? If a Sinful Spoils card is in either player's graveyard, you could special summon this card from your hands. Let's see what that is. Sinful Spoils. There you go. Sinful Spoils card in the name. So we'll type the equal sign so it's in the name. Sinful Spoils. Wanted Seeker, Original Sinful. If any of those are in either player's graveyard, so even if you're not playing it, you get to special summon this. You can only special summon Diabellze once per turn this way. Your opponent must set spell and trap cards before activating them. How does this turn off a quick play spell? You set a quick play spell, you now got to wait a turn to activate it, and this stopped you from activating from the hand. If you're playing against something like Runic is shut down. They are going to try to activate their quick play spells during your turn. If this is out, no bueno. No imperm, no evenly. We already showed that. So because of that effect, can't do any of this, can't do any of that, and you can't set up none of that. Now, what else? If the opponent sets a normal spell, because they want to use that normal spell right then and there, well, if either player sets a spell / trap, while this card is in the monster zone, you can now target one card you control and one card the opponent controls to destroy them. So if you really need to desperately, you can destroy herself or another card you control to take out that set card right then and there. What is a good deck where this could be good against? Let's say Tenpai. They have to set Sang and Summoning. You can pop the Sang and Summoning right then and there. They can't use Kaimin as long as this is face up. It doesn't matter if they already have a face-up Sang and Summoning, so you want to consider keep the Diabellze on the field, pop another card you control plus their Sang and Summoning, and then Kaimin can't be used. No Kaimin in sight, and if we have Imperm, you can't Imperm Negator, something that you would want to do to Colossus. So let's see what decks this is being played in, and also the synergy with this. So if we type in the word Illusion Monster, but let's do it under Master Duel Meta. What are ways to summon her if we don't have a Sinful Spoils in the graveyard? Well, we're going to do Control F, just like that. If this card is Fusion Summon, you could send an Illusion Monster from your deck to the grave, so you could send her from the deck to the graveyard, or you could use this to send from the deck a Master Tau. And Master Tau is going to be able to reborn her from the graveyard. So you have double synergy there, where either it gets her into the graveyard, or is going to send a card that's going to reborn her from the graveyard. You have the Chimera, which could then special summon a banished Diabellze if you want to. Gazelle, if sent to the graveyard for a fusion summon, could search for your Diabellze, or could search for, let's say, a Master Tau, which could reborn her from the graveyard. You then have Big Winged Baphomet. If this card is sent to the graveyard for a fusion summon, you can now target the Diabellze in the graveyard to special summon it. You have Nightmare Apprentice. On summon, you can add the Diabellze from the deck to the hand or any other cards that synergize with it. And those are going to be the main ways to get access to her and even reborn her if you're not going to be using the effect of the Sinful Spoils effect of being in either graveyard to summon her. And let's see the deck she's used in. Chimera is loving her in the TCG. Volcanic a little bit being used. Memento, White Forest. Let's see OCG. Chimera is being used in it. I think in a way it could possibly be conflicting with the Barrier Statue. So let's check out some recent deck lists here. We'll look at the Memento, and I'll open up, I guess, 3 of these decks. We'll skip over White Forest since we don't care about that. We'll go on the OCG even. So let's see how this is being played. In Memento, we got, where is she? She's not on the extra deck, right? There, right over there, hiding over there, just randomly in this deck, sure. And then here is Chimera being played with Dark Fusion. Oh my gosh, even Chimera in the TCG is looking wild. They got Fiendsmith. How many Diabellze? Of course, they're playing just one. I don't see Barrier Statue up in here. We then have another version of a YCS almost 2,000 player event. What is going on in the TCG? Are you all okay? Triple Sphere mode? What? You know, this video's not about that, but okay. And we have another Chimera with the Diabellze up in there. And we can just look at the Chimera breakdown also. So here's another example deck list. Lawson it up. And then we have OCG Chimera. They're playing with Evil Hero also in addition to the Fiendsmith. Well, here's what I was looking for. Another card. What is this? This is also coming. Sinful Spoils of Slumber. Target one face-up special summon monster on the field. Change it to face-down defense. If you control level 5 or higher illusion monster while this card is in your graveyard, you could set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. That's another cool thing you potentially want to be using, not being widely used as much as Diabellze herself. And then here is a sample breakdown. About 88% of players playing Chimera are playing it in the TCG. If we switch on over to the OCG, which I noticed where's the Barrier Statue? The dark one is not being used. And then if we switch on over, oh, whoa, what is that? That's something else. We have, I can't find her, 25%, not as popular in the OCG, but there you go. Now you know exactly what she do. Look out forward to an animated Diabellze coming this week.